Blood's off, guys.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, focus, please. Diego.
Let's make it tag. How's it going, you guys? So my name is Rodrigo Ramirez. At this point, I think most of you guys know me, but in case you guys don't, I'm the chapter president here at our school's FFA chapter. So you guys are freshmen in our FFA chapter. What do you guys think about kind of what you guys have been doing so far this year?
It's fun.
It's fun. All right. Do you guys think you've gotten to do a little bit more like lab-wise than you would regularly be able to do in a science class?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So what I'm gonna do really quick. So can you write something down really, please? You don't have a pencil? Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
What do you want me to write down?
So that was one of the things. So you didn't have a pencil, right? Okay. So can you write something down for me, please?
Paper.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you so much. So can you write something really, please? That one didn't work. All right. So as you guys saw, in each one of those little things, something was missing, right?
Yeah.
So we were either missing a person to write it, or we were missing a paper in your case, or for you we were missing a pencil. And I mean, gladly, luckily your friend was able to give you a pencil. But in a lot of these situations, in a lot of the classroom environments we've been exposed to, we're missing some of the things. Whether we're missing that hands-on experience to, really work and be able to get what the class is about. How many of you guys have been in math classes where you learned what 2 + 2 is? How many of you guys were explained why 2 + 2 is 4? Exactly, just because it is, right?
Yeah.
So one of the big things in ag classes that you guys have seen so far is you are actually able to go out and you're able to work and get a hands-on experience, get a hands-on feel for what the class is about. So how many of you guys enjoy that? It's a lot of fun, right? It's a lot of being able to go out and get a taste of agriculture. Really, I guess literally a taste of agriculture because of plants and stuff. So yeah, being able to go out and really have that experience it's really fun, right? You guys enjoy it a lot more than a regular class?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys would say that's definitely a big part of the class, right? So that's one of the things about agricultural education. It's hands-on. And I think a lot of people definitely appreciate that. And it's a lot better than a conventional classroom because you get to actually understand why things, why strawberries grow out of the earth, what you need to, have to be able to do that. So that's one of the things that, getting that experience is really beneficial to a lot of people. Now, so we saw what we were missing right there. We saw that you didn't have a pencil, right? And that's what would be the hands-on because you didn't have the tools to really write anything with. You knew that you were supposed to do something, but you couldn't because you didn't have the tools necessary. So you didn't have a piece of paper, right? What do you think that would be? What do you think that kind of translates to? Excuse me.
Besides, it's a material that you need, you're not able to do it properly.
Exactly, not being able to do it properly. So in agricultural education, one of the biggest pieces is that we have outlets to improve. We have places to show that we are able to do something, and a lot of these places they're actually competitions. Whether you're writing, whether you're going to be doing a job interview, or whether you're going to be going up in front of a group of people and you're going to be delivering a speech. So has anyone ever had to get up in the middle, or in 5th grade you guys all had to do school presentations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, can I have a volunteer just kind of, how did that go for you guys? Yeah.
Pretty bad.
What was that?
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad. And why do you think that was?
I was nervous.
Because you were nervous? Okay, had you practiced it all before? Had your teacher kind of explained what what you would be going through?
No.
Okay, so in a lot of those times, we're not going to always have the tools necessary, and that goes along a lot with not having the pencil. But a lot of times, we're not going to be able to deliver because people haven't showed us how to do it. Having that practice and being able to have that outlet to improve is a great thing that the agricultural education model really provides us with. So, an outlet to improve is definitely having an outlet to improve is something that's very beneficial and something that's very necessary in agricultural education. How many of you guys have had to go in front of your ag class and had to do a presentation? That's a lot of you, a lot more than I had actually expected. But, so does anyone want to kind of just share how that went for them? Yeah.
I was kind of nervous. It's pretty good, I guess.
Okay, pretty good. Do you think from the beginning of the year to now, how much more prepared do you think you are to handle, a situation like that? To come up and do something like where you're talking to the whole class?
I don't know, I think I'm not ready yet.
You're not ready yet? Okay, and that's understandable. Do you think you're all better than how you were at the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah? And because you've had like an outlet to improve, you've had a place to be hands-on, and you kind of know a little bit about what you're talking about. But, even though we had, we had the paper and we had the pencil, but in that situation, we didn't have a person to actually write anything. We just talk on the ground because, those people, like when we don't have a person to do that, it's going to get a little bit difficult. Does anyone know what like just not having a person might translate to?
You have no facts.
No, but
No support?
no support, exactly. So we can't really get through an agricultural education class without having the support of our teachers. You guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. So if we have the support of our teachers, if we have the people, if we're working in our classrooms like we've been doing for, I guess, freshmen, so 10 years now because of kindergarten. Yeah. How many of you guys had to go into your classroom when you were in 4th or 5th grade and you just did your homework even though you already knew how to do it? Okay, exactly, because even though you already know how to, add 2 and 2 to make 4, you still need to kind of have that practice, and you still need to go in, because, the classroom is an important setting where, you get to learn new things, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, because the classroom is definitely an essential part of, because the classroom and its curriculum is an important part of agricultural education. So as we kind of go throughout, our year of agricultural education, let's think about, how these things go hand in hand. Can you really have agricultural education without having that hands-on experience like you guys have been having with, when you go out into the greenhouse and work with the plants? You guys think that's an important part of the class, right?
Yeah.
And so do you guys think that having that outlet to improve, being able to, improve throughout the year as we have, from the beginning of the year, being more equipped and more prepared to handle it than we were in 5th grade, let's say, do you guys think that's important in a classroom setting?
Yes.
Exactly. So, with all these things, you can definitely improve and you can be able to have a lot of experience, but do you guys think you guys would all be here if it weren't for your teachers that, or even the law that made you come to class every day?
No.
Exactly. So having a classroom and having a place to improve is just as important of a part as having that hands-on experience and having that outlet to improve. So one of the biggest things is through agricultural education, we have all 3 of these things. In math class, you might just have your curriculum. You might, like I said, know what 2 plus 2 is. You might learn that it's 4, but you don't know why that is. You've never had the actual experience to understand why 2 plus 2 is 4. And even when you have the experience to know why 2 plus 2 is 4, if you know how to do something, but you haven't been able to practice it enough in order to improve, then you're not going to be good at it. So having an outlet to improve is a very important part of agricultural education. And on top of that, education, one of the biggest places that happens is in a classroom. So the curriculum of agricultural education is vastly important, and that's something that we need to take into account and make sure that we remember that all 3 of these things fit very well together. And without any one of these things, we might not be able to write because we don't have paper, or we might not be able to write because we don't have pencil, or because we don't have a person. So these 3 things are very important to agricultural education, and it's something just to keep in mind as we go throughout our years. You good?
Yeah.
Questions?
No.
Comments, concerns? All right, fantastic. Thank you guys so much.
Good job.